I've been doing these more active practices with you all for kapha season, and we'll definitely get a little warm today, but we're going to do a little closer to the ground practice too. So I'm zoomed in a little bit more here, and we're going to use a strap and a blanket. So if you need to get either of those things, please grab them. And then we're going to make our way down onto our backs. And when you get there, hug your knees into your chest. If you would like a blanket under your head, feel free to put one there. Just feel the sacrum rocking and the sides of the pelvis connecting as you're relaxing the back, sinking into the floor. And from here, either placing the feet wide and letting the knees drop in against each other. This is a nice low back release. Or you can stretch your legs out long, whichever feels best to you, and sliding the shoulder blades down the back, letting the arms rest by the sides. And you can think in to the energy that you need right now. So you can put your palms down for more grounding energy, or palms up for receptivity. And begin to deepen your breath. So extending both the inhale and the exhale. And I want to remind us all that just because we're in kapha season, which is this more grounded, balanced, kind of sweet season, it doesn't mean that we can't get vata elevated, or what we sometimes call vata deranged, where we're kind of going in too many directions at once. There might be some anxiety or overwhelm. And the springtime rush to do everything can feel a bit much. Letting that all go for a moment. And coming as present as possible to be connected to this movement of breath through your being. And today we're really going to focus on this balance that is necessary in the flow of the cycles of our lives and of our energy, which is that we need to balance the doing with the being. From physics, we can look at this as for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So through our practice today, we're going to really take that literally. So we'll be moving in and out of activity and balancing that with rest, receptivity, remembering, bringing back together the parts of ourselves that may feel scattered. So in this moment, see what that invites in as we're in this place of being. What can you remember? What can you welcome back into yourself? Like, oh yeah, I forgot this part of me. Maybe it's the part of you that can just really sink into stillness and relish that feeling. 2 more deep breaths here, just noticing. Lovely. And then begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, re-energizing your body. And rolling your hands and feet around in little circles, massaging out the wrists and the ankles. Going back the other way, reversing the direction. And then bringing everything back to stillness, arms resting by the side. With your next inhale, reach your arms in a big arc up to the sky and over your head on the floor, stretching long. Keep those arms lifted as you exhale. And then we're going to stretch along through the right side of the body. And then through the left. So inhale, lengthening through the right side. This will feel like a little squirmy worm on the floor. Left side, exhale. 2 more breaths. Right extending, inhale. Left extending, exhale. Lovely, and then reach along through both arms, both legs. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend your right knee and hug it in towards your chest, bringing your hands down to clasp over the knee or the shin. Just really squeezing it in, feeling that compression in the hip. And then we're going to press the knee into the hands so the arms lengthen. So there's that active engagement here, and you'll feel your core engage at some point as you press that knee away. If you'd like a little more challenge here, you can float the left leg above the floor. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, now lift the head. Keep the knee pressing into the hands. And then let the head come back down. Exhale, keep that left leg floating. Exhale, head lifts, but we're not pulling the knee so much in towards the head. 1 more time like this. Lifting the head, and then relaxing down. Now we're going to hug the knee in. Exhale, knee, nose, maybe come to touch. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, knee and nose. Inhale, down. Exhale, knee and nose. Inhale, down, relax the left leg on the floor. And we're going to come into a half happy baby pose with this right leg. And really encouraging that knee down towards the floor as the leg opens out to the side, knee bent, and pulling down the outside of the foot. Nice stretch for that inner thigh. And then bringing the left leg up, we're going to cross that right ankle to the left knee You can hold on behind your thigh, or if you'd like, grab your strap and you can loop the strap around this left thigh and hold on to the strap. So flexing the right foot and encouraging the legs in towards your heart here. Just a little more hip opening. That's where we're beginning our practice. Relaxing the jaw. You know there's a connection between the jaw and the hips, and so we want to soften here. And then releasing the hands, dropping the left foot to the floor. Keep the right ankle across the knee. If you have something under your head, you may want to remove it. And we're going to press strongly into that left foot and lift the hips up. So we're coming to like a bridge pose, but just with one leg. And we're going to do a little pulsing here, lifting up and down. So we're going to feel a little more engagement here, strengthening and lengthening. Do 2 more. And then lift up, hold, squeeze, feel those glutes. And then releasing down. Let the knee drop over, or the legs, both legs drop all the way over to the left. So the right foot comes to the floor like you're standing on it. You can reach down with the left hand and press in the inner thigh away from the floor. So now we're getting more opening in the front of the hip flexor, stretching the right arm out, looking out over it. So nice. And then unwinding, coming back to center, realigning the spine, coming to a momentary Shavasana. So we're going to let go here. And in this letting go, you can notice the difference in the sides of your body or any sensation. Really focused on the right side of the body so far. Don't worry, we will do the left as well, but we're going to have this being time before the doing on the left side. So letting what we just did integrate. Part of that might be mental, but part of it is also physical and physiological, cellular, molecular. Coming back to that deep breath. What can you release and let go of here? It might be in the body, it might be in the mind. One more breath here. With your next inhale, lift your arms up to the sky and over your head, stretching long, arching the back. And as you exhale, bring the left leg in, clasping the hands over the shin or the knee, and really pull that leg in, compression into the hip socket, hip joint. Grounding and nurturing. And then pressing the leg into the hands so the arms straighten And at some point you'll feel the core engage here. And that pressing away. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can lift the right leg up off the floor. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to lift just the head. The knees still pressing away. Inhale, come back down with the head. Keep that right leg floating if you're floating it. Exhale, just the head lifts. Inhale, come back down one more time like this. Nice, and now we'll add bringing the knee in. So exhale, knee and nose. Maybe kiss each other. Inhale down. Exhale in. Inhale down. Last one. Inhale down. Let that right leg rest. We're going to open the knee out to the side, holding onto the outside of the left foot. So we're coming to a half happy baby pose here. Feel that playful energy. Like, wow, I can hold on to my foot. Really pressing down the knee towards the floor. And then bringing the right leg in, crossing the ankle, left ankle over the right leg, and we'll flex the left foot. So holding on behind your right thigh, or with the strap, you can loop around the thigh here. So breathing down to that left hip. You might feel different sensation on this side than you felt on the other side, and relaxing the jaw. Sending breath to that sensation. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, release the foot down to the floor. Keep the left leg crossed. And if you have something under your head, again, remove it. And we're going to lift up with the hips up, resting up. And then we're going to do little pulses here. So dropping down about halfway and then lifting up. Really feel those glutes engage. Notice how the stretch changes through the front of that hip. 2 more. And lowering down. And then we're going to drop the legs all the way over to the right, reaching down with the right hand and pressing into the inside of the left leg, stretching the left arm out to the side. You can look out over it. Relaxing into this expansion through the left hip. One more breath here. And then coming back up and unwinding, and we'll stretch out long again and releasing all effort. Integrating the second side. Noticing, digesting. One more breath here, and notice if there's like this voice in your head that's like, I need to get to the next thing. I'm supposed to be doing active yoga right now. See if you can just notice that voice if it's showing up. And so here we go. We'll get to the next thing. We're going to bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, and begin to let the knees fall side to side, both knees to the right, both knees to the left. And then from here, either rolling over to one side or bringing the knees in towards the chest, holding onto the backs of the thighs, and we're going to rock and roll. So regardless of your choice of how we're going to get there, we're going to come up to a seat. And rocking and rolling might feel kind of good. So we're going to come to a kneeling position here, and this is where you might want your blanket underneath your knees here. And so sitting back on your heels if that's comfortable for you, or you can be up in a high kneeling position like so. So if you are sitting back on your heels, you can just let the toes be back behind you, not curled under. So we're going to find the strap here. Take a nice wide grasp of the strap. And we're going to inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, bringing them back behind. So nice shoulder mobility here. Again, if sitting back on your heels doesn't work, you can do this from this high kneeling position. So finding what works for you. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you come down, both directions. Make sure you're not craning your neck as you do this. Nice neutral neck here. One more round. And then we're going to release the strap down, hands to the mat, and step back to a down dog. So walking out your dog here. And then inhale, pulling forward to a plank pose. And we're going to do some mountain climbers. So I'll show you. So from this plank pose, we're going to run, basically bringing the knee across the body a bit. If that's too much for you, you can drop your knees to the floor and lift your knees here, okay? So finding what works for you. And if you'd like, you can build some speed and some warmth. You can really run this. And then dropping the knees back to the floor if they're lifted, pressing back to a child's pose, and we're going to take that being.
Being opportunity here to notice, to soften, to balance the doing. One more breath here. And then inhale, coming back up, we're going to grab the strap again. And this time, I invite you to curl your toes under. So you could be in this high kneeling position with the toes curled under, or sitting back on your heels with the toes curled under. A little more intense there. So taking a nice wide grasp of the strap, and we're going to inhale, lifting up, exhale. So make sure if you're needing to bend your elbows that you take a wider grasp of the strap. If you don't feel much of a stretch through your shoulders, you can take a narrower grasp. And I like doubling my strap over like I'm doing right now so that there's not these long ends that are dangling. You can also use a scarf or a belt or a towel. One more time. You might feel this getting pretty intense in your feet. And then releasing the strap down, uncurling the toes, coming to a tabletop, and topping out those feet on the floor, a little vibration through the feet. And then we're going to press back to a down dog. Now walking out your dog, and you might notice, wow, my feet feel really different. Maybe the calves are a little more relaxed. 2. And then coming to your plank pose again, and we're going to run. So you can choose which option feels good to you. If you want to bring the knees down and then pull them forward, this is just a smaller, more gentle movement. If you want to go from your feet, and you can find a gentle pace or a fast pace, whatever works for you. I'm going to go faster. And releasing down. And I invite you to bring your knees wide. I'm going to press back to a child's pose, melting the head down. And then bringing the elbows to bend and the hands to come together in prayer at the nape of your neck. So we're getting a stretch through the triceps here, but also sinking into this shape of not exerting any effort. And again, integrating being. One more breath here. making your way to a down dog again. And finding stillness here, noticing what that feels like to really drop both heels towards the floor, melting the heart. And looking up past your hands, little baby step, walking up to the top of your mat, hanging in a forward fold. Move your blanket out of the way, and we're going to sink the hips down towards the floor and coming down maybe to rock and roll again, or maybe just coming down onto your back. And then leading up, resting on our backs, hugging the knees into the chest. Letting the knees come away from each other, reach through the inside of the knees, grabbing onto the outside of the feet or the ankles for happy baby pose. You can rock a little side to side here if you'd like. If there's any final poses you would like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out along on your back. Maybe getting some support from a blanket or letting it cover you up. And let's take 2 letting go breaths, sinking into Shavasana here. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Releasing, letting go. And then sinking again into this place of integration, digestion, balancing. How quiet can we let things get?
Bringing your awareness back to the surface of your body. Really deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor, and come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find a seat. And sitting with your eyes closed, allow these words from Deborah Adele to wash over you. We are captured in a culture where our very identity is tied up with our accomplishments. We wear all we have to do like a badge on our shirt for all to see. In this rush to get to the next thing, we have left no time for ourselves to digest and assimilate our lives. This may be our biggest theft of all. We need time to catch up with ourselves. We need time to chew and ponder and allow the experience of life to integrate within us. We need time to rest and to reflect and to contemplate. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude, sending that to every cell in your being. Gratitude for the being, not just the doing. I thank you all for joining me for practice today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.